Hello everyone. I hope you are joining the live session of our today. So make sure to comment if you can hear our audio or not. If you're joining, say hello in the comments. We will love to read each comment of yours. So yeah, let us know in the comments if you can hear us or not. Just let me check on the YouTube if I'm audible or not. So thank you all for being part of the Open Source Connect Bangladesh. Today we are really glad to host this Open Source Connect initiative again in Bangladesh. It was started on 2023 by Sharia Al Mustafa Mitul Bhaiya. We had so many guests today. Yes, that event like Siam and all every guest attended that event. And today we will be restarting that event all over again. And I'm really glad that we have wonderful guests today. Faseela, who is a KubeCon and Cloud Native co-chair also at Europe and also the North America. So we are really glad to have her here, and I'm really nervous that she has accepted our invitation. So yeah, we are really honored to have her here. She's an inspiration for us because on the 2018 Kerala flood and to United Nations and being the electing as the co-chair of the Cloud KubeCon event, it's such an inspiration for us. So, and also the women intake in Bangladesh, they're also really inspired by her story. So, without further ado, let's hear a story from Faseela. So, Faseela, you can introduce yourself so
Hello,
we can get to know
everyone.
you further.
Hi, Zaynul. Thank you so much for inviting me here to meet and greet the Cloud Native Bangladesh community. So, my name is Faseela. I work as a cloud native developer at Ericsson. I live here in Germany, but I'm originally from India. I'm also a technical oversight committee member of the Cloud Native Computing Foundation. I started my journey in the CNCF with the Istio project. So I'm a steering committee member at Istio. And like Zainul, I'm also a CNCF ambassador. And yes, I started as a contributor in the CNCF community and coming all the way till here now. I've been the co chair for the KubeCon Atlanta, which is recently done, and then will be co-chairing the KubeCon Europe 2026 as well, which is going to happen in Amsterdam. And I would be happy and excited to connect with many of you there.
So, yeah, do let me know in the comments if you have any question for Faseela. We would love to hear more from you guys also. And also, I also have question to Faseela. Like, how did you get started from your like from zero to this CNCF ambassador? Many of us are doing bachelor studies like on computer science, and we would love to hear like how did you get started?
Yeah, my journey actually started even before the Cloud Native Computing Foundation. It was not directly with the CNCF. I started with some other project under the Linux Foundation called Open Daylight. And my first direct contribution to the CNCF was to the Istio Service Mesh project. I think it was back in 2021 or 2022 that time. Yeah, which that gradually led me into this maintainership role, community leadership role, and eventually into the Istio steering committee. That was my first time. And then over time, I became more engaged in cross project work. And finally, yeah, it led to my election to the CNCF TOC. It's just this year I became a CNCF TOC member. And yes, all of these experiences have given me like opportunities for technical contributions, community involvement, and also the governance work. And yes, so I got that opportunity to be a KubeCon coach here as well, which it just feels like a continuation of the journey I have built within the cloud native ecosystem. It has been like a very good journey. I would say that the community has a lot of supportive people who are very much interested in supporting and helping the other members, first time contributors, and helping them grow across the CNCF contributor ladder, and I'm sure it's going to be the same for everybody who gets involved.
Yeah, that's really great. So, what was your journey like electing as the co-chair of this two largest event in the world? So, how was the experience?
Yes, I started my KubeCon co-chair journey with KubeCon London in Europe, the first KubeCon in 2025. It actually was an amazing opportunity. It allows me to help shape the direction of this. KubeCon is like one of the largest open source conferences, right? So, curating the technical content for that, guiding the CFP process, and working closely with maintainers, end users, and project leaders. It's really an amazing experience. Of course, it's a bit hectic as well, but I would say it gives a lot of experience and visibility as well. It's like a great opportunity, and a major benefit of this role is the ecosystem wide perspective it gives me. I get to engage with a broad range of projects and contributors, and also help me see emerging trends in the industry, and help me make some of these technical conversations more visible in areas like AI, sustainability, multi-cluster, and whatnot, right? You know how broad and vast the KubeCon tracks and the content are. So it's both an honor and a responsibility, and actually a very meaningful way for me to give back to the community that helped shape my career.
Yes, with great work comes great responsibility. So, yeah, it's really a great responsibility for you as well. So, like, there's been a KubeCon North America last time.
Yeah.
So, how was your experience? Like, share us some photos or anything you like to share with us.
Yeah, it was an exciting event for me, both from the technical and personal perspective. So, technically, it had a lot of highlights, like it was marking a clear convergence between Kubernetes and AI. There were a lot of discussions around DRA, GPUs, and multi cluster and multi cloud and cloud native sustainability as well. There were a lot of focus on efficiency, responsible compute, and cost aware operations. So that is all like the technology aspects of it. So personally, for me, as you know, I was the co-chair for the event, and one highlight was being able to deliver the cloud native for good keynote. So this keynote showcased how cloud native technologies are powering real humanitarian and social impact efforts, um, from disaster response and health systems to child protection initiatives. So I was really happy and honored to be a part of that panel. I really enjoyed delivering that. And I got a nice opportunity to be with several community members and then have a very productive time together. Even I get to meet my TOC members in person during this KubeCon times. And yeah, it was overall a very good experience and very good feedback about the event overall. So yeah, it was really a good
Yeah, it
experience.
was. Yes, we also you get to network with so many industry experts, and yeah, like student like us, it would be really great for us. Like if
Yes,
we could go there, learn something, and also network with industry leaders like from IBM. You get to see the IBM directors, and so many companies are involved. And also, yeah, you get to like get career advice from them.
yes,
On them, so it's really incredible experience. So there's been, I think, KubeCon next year also. Like KubeCon Europe is open.
yes.
So do share us details about that.
Yes, for Amsterdam, I'm excited to work with the program committee to highlight emerging technical areas. Again, AI, ML, platform engineering, all these things are always hot topics. And of course, for Europe, there will be focus on sustainability as well. I cannot give a complete picture of the tracks at the moment because we are still in the process of shortlisting the talks and finalizing the track schedule. So it's not concrete yet. So my goal is to ensure that the event reflects what the global cloud native community cares about right now, and we have to always keep the conference welcoming and collaborative across all experience levels and across geographies as well, because most of the times KubeCon has a lot of first timers, so we have to make sure that the community and the content is welcoming to them as well, right? So we should make sure there are opportunities for newcomers as well.
Yeah, that's really good. And also, there's opportunity for us students. So those who are watching this session, there's also an opportunity for you as well to become part of this largest event in the world. So you can also share us the details about like emerging
Yeah.
communities like us, Bangladesh, and also other communities, like how they can get involved, like Dan Kohn Scholarship and Linux
Mhm.
Foundation mentorship. Lots of opportunities available for us. So you can share us some details.
Of course, yes. So for contributors from Bangladesh or any other emerging region, right, there are many entry points into CNCF. So wherever I usually go talking about CNCF and explain how to get involved, right, I always say like you should, it's okay to start small. Maybe you can start contributing to the documentation or start engaging in any of the SIG meetings or working group meetings or join the community channels. I know that you people will be already active on the Slack channels, but start by joining the CNCF Slack, or pick up beginner friendly issues in projects. So, right, there are 200 plus projects within the Cloud Native Computing Foundation. You will definitely find something which matches your interest, and I have some links which will be useful for newcomers or people who are starting. So is there a way I can give that to you, share
Yeah,
somewhere so
sure.
that
You can
where
share
do
it
I
on the
share that?
right.
Maybe
I
I
think
will
this one
just
visible on the right side of the screen.
okay, I will put this here so that you can share it with the people. So these are like some of the first one is about the Dan Kohn Scholarship, whatever Zaynul already talked about. So this scholarship is a great way to attend KubeCon, gain exposure and build networks. This is majorly focused to give people who are less represented in the community to have an opportunity to travel and attend these events. And then the next one here is about the LFX mentorship. So you would have heard about the Linux Foundation mentorship program. It is like an excellent hands-on way to contribute to CNC projects with guidance from maintainers. So as maintainers, from time to time, we usually submit mentorship proposals at the LFX mentorship portal. So you will see it every quarter coming up there with several projects listed down there. If you think any of those matches with your expertise, you don't have to be a working professional or anything. Even for the students, it's majorly focused on students. So if you have an idea on how these things work, or you have the basic knowledge required to get it running, please apply for those or the mentorship opportunities. And then yeah, if you are shortlisted, you get an opportunity to work with some of the CNCF project maintainers for 3 months and get something done for some of these projects, and it will be an amazing opportunity. I do it myself from time to time, not for all terms, but if there is some good opportunity within some of the projects I'm working on, I usually submit the mentorship proposal. There are several people who do this, so I'm sure you might find something interesting over there. And then I also pasted some other links with some documentation and where to get started. And one of those links is a link to the Cloud Tributor tool. It's a very useful one. Please try opening that. It will show all the issues which are like very good first beginner friendly issues across all the CNCF projects, the basic ones which newcomers can fix. So everything will be listed down there. So if you think some of those things you will be able to fix, go to those issues and maybe try to interact with the maintainers over their respective CNCF Slack channels, and probably you will be able to make your first contribution.
Yes, there is also lots of issues available. Like you can also like search on the GitHub issues, like beginner friendly issues. You can also search there, so you will find issues which are beginner friendly. You can contribute. Like if you feel like it's easy for me, I can do it. Then go and grab that chance. Like
As the
no one really
contributor
would.
tool, which I have given the link to here, I think it fetches
Yes,
all those labels, good first or beginner friendly issues, and lists them all in one place so that it's easier for you to scroll through across the projects.
yes. Also, if you get lucky, your mentor might text you like, hey, you applied for the scholarship, so I'm your mentor. You can just get started from this. My mentor was Lee Calcut, Meshari project, so he also guided me like how to get started from Meshari project. So yeah.
Nice.
Also, what
You know that
was your?
Lee got
Yeah,
the award for the best CNCF mentor at KubeCon
yeah,
Atlanta. Yeah, he's
yes,
a good guy.
he's
Yeah.
really great mentor. Yeah. Also, he congratulated me on the CNCF ambassador, like for being the CNCF ambassador.
Yeah, yeah, so that's how it is. You make the first step to the CNCF, and then the opportunities unveil before you in multiple different ways. So it's always about that first step. So yeah, just do it, and you'll see it takes you to many other places which you would have not even imagined.
Yes, it's a really great opportunity. Like if you can be a CNCF ambassador, lots of opportunities come to you. So yeah. Also, you have to be like step by step. Like CNCF and being CNCF ambassador is not easy. And for me, student as well, it was not easy to become the CNCF ambassador. So yeah, we had
Did
to
you get
go through. So
selected on your first try or as a
oh no,
CNCF
not
ambassador? No.
not
Okay.
first try. So basically, they select based on the underrepresented countries.
Okay.
So yeah, if your country already has a CNCF ambassador, so you
Hmm.
the chances
Yeah.
that you might not get selected. So yeah, but if you get lucky, like if your country don't have any CNCF ambassador, and you have worked so many things, like you have contributed to the community, then chances that you might get selected as well. So you can also share the story, like how was your experience, like
Hi.
how did you get
Yeah, for
selected?
me, I'm lucky that I'm working for a company who is investing in open source and has requirements from the open source community, the cloud native community. So I'm working for Ericsson. So we use a lot of cloud native technologies in our 5G networking and telecom domain. So we do have a lot of requirements. So that's how I initially got involved in Istio service mesh. And I worked for almost 2 years under the Istio, and I had made progress in the Istio contributor ladder as well. And I got the opportunity to chair the Istio Day, which is like one of the co-located events with KubeCon. So I did serve as the program chair for almost 3 Istio days. After that only I applied. That is when I actually learned about the CNCF ambassadorship, and then I applied. So I already had enough things in my resume to talk about. Oh, okay, I'm already doing the work of a CNCF ambassador. Just that label is missing. So because I was speaking at a lot of KubeCons, I was sharing the Istio days, and I was a contributor as well. So for me, the journey was easy. Yeah, I started as an ambassador, but now it's on me that I make sure that I mentor the new CNCF ambassadors as well, or make them understand what are the paths forward for them. So I see a question here, like what could be the roadmap for CNCF ambassadors right now? What exactly is that? Is somebody asking a question?
Yeah, somebody texted a question on YouTube. So yeah,
Okay.
it
Yeah, but
focus on Kubernetes cluster creation and
I
management
think
with
that is
Geo.
something else, but there is no
That's
question there.
technical stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, this
we
I
will
think
talk about later
okay.
if
So
we
we see
have
the
time.
questions.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so I
So
started the
basically,
CNCF ambassadorship
yeah,
like that. But if there are people from Bangladesh who are interested to be ambassadors, the first thing I would say is like, um, get started on the CNCF. Don't wait for the ambassadorship to come to work on CNCF. Get started on the project. Start contributing or do blogs or vlogs about the projects or work, and that is what makes you eligible to apply for the ambassadorship. So if you're already doing the work, talking about CNCF or CNCF projects or trying to spread the word about CNCF, yeah, that is what makes you qualified to apply for ambassadorship.
yes. Also, CNCF has a thing like dev stats. So if you contribute like to repositories like on Kubernetes and the listed projects on CNCF, you will get the dev state increase each
Yeah.
by one. So yeah, it's crucial to you for you to get
Yeah, dev
accepted.
stats is actually a reflection of the work you're doing to the CNCF projects. You make a PR or create an issue or comment on an issue or a PR or whatever you do. Yeah, that gets counted in dev stats.
So one of them have a question. Cube CubeKit, like they have a new product called CubeKit, and how they can connect with CNCF.
Okay,
I
I
think you
have
can.
not heard
Yes,
about CubeKit yet, but yeah, if you think it's like a good project that fits for the CNCF ecosystem, so I'm talking from the CNCF TOC perspective. So we have this different projects at different maturity levels within the CNCF. So all new projects start as a sandbox project. So if you think of the whatever you are developing, um, it is some if you want to open source it and if it is beneficial for the overall cloud native community, you are welcome to submit an application to contribute this under the CNCF as a sandbox project, and then you'll get all the benefits provided by the CNCF to support this project from across the community. But if your question is more like you have a product and you want to connect it with the CNCF ecosystem, maybe you try to come for the KubeCons, and if you want to advertise or market about the project, try sponsoring at the KubeCons. You get a project pavilion or your sponsored booth pavilion at the KubeCon, and you get to interact with all the attendees and promote your product there. And that's another channel if you're talking about the product and product visibility, or if your question is about open sourcing your solution and making it available for the overall cloud native community, yes, try to contribute the same as a sandbox project and to make the application and then see if it goes through.
yes. So I hope that answers your question, Ghulam Rahman Chaudhary Rubel. So, so being CNCF ambassador comes with so many benefits. So yeah, if you are launching products or anything, so it comes with so many benefits. Like we get so many certifications, exams, so many benefits are free for us. So yeah, we don't have to pay much
Yeah,
dollar
there
for
are
it.
a lot of
Yes,
discounts coming in for CNCF ambassadors. Even to attend KubeCons, you're going to get discounts. Yes, it's there.
yes. Also
And you
for
also
us
get
in the
a
South
lot of
Asia.
opportunities
Yes,
as well, right? To be part of the KubeCon program committee. It's not guaranteed, but you get the opportunity to
yes,
express your interest. And then, of course, it goes through the usual scrutiny levels. But yes, many opportunities open the doors for you once you're a CNCF ambassador.
yes. Also, you get to host the KCDs, which are our annual Kubernetes Community Day event. So you have the opportunity to host that time, like if you become CNCF ambassador.
Yes.
So yes, and also for us students, time management is really a quite challenging issue for us, like managing community work, managing our studies, then also like leadership like this, and also yeah. So from your experience, like if you have also have to give time to your family, then your work. So how are you balancing the time? Like we are the challenging time. How are you facing that?
Yeah, so balancing my role at Ericsson with open source, governance work, and community responsibilities, actually, it requires intentional prioritization. So I set aside dedicated time for community work, keep a clear boundary around rest, and focus on work that aligns with my passion. Yeah, but it's actually easy to tell that in theory, but of course, there are times where it gets hectic. So I was talking to Zaynul before this, right? So I became the KubeCon co-chair, and I also got into the CNCF TOC exactly right after my maternity break. So I was just getting back to work, and that is when this happened. But then, yeah, I of course I had the opportunity to say yes or no, but I chose to say yes because these kinds of exceptional opportunities won't come always. So I felt like, yes, I would be able to do it. My son was, I think, just 1 year old when I was chairing the KubeCon London event. But then, yes, I have a supportive family. So actually, they all traveled with me when it was KubeCon London. People, we all went there together and did it. But for KubeCon Atlanta, now he's like 1.5 years old now. So it was not that big a deal. So I traveled alone and did it. So for me, of course, you have to prioritize your work and make sure you set aside proper time for each of the work. And of course, you have to do the work you like, right? So for me, the open source work is not like some additional burden or anything. It is something I like to do, and of course, it's part of my work as well. As I'm paid for the work I do in the open source community by Ericsson. So overall, it aligns well. So maybe I'm not sure whether that story aligns for everybody. Many people I know who are like working on their own private time to contribute to open source apart from their regular work on the daytime, which results in a lot of contributor burnout and maintainer burnout. Like it's their own voluntary work, and they're spending a lot of time to help many of us. There are people like that. In my case, it's like, yeah, I've been paid to do the open source work, so it's comparatively easier. But still, yes, it's a lot of work when you have internal work and then you have to prioritize things. I do that, and of course, I have a supportive family at home, so everything aligns well.
Yes. Without their support, you would have been
Yeah,
like
support. Her
this
family
big.
is very
Yes.
important. So, I think of coming from a similar background as yours. It's not always the same. Women who are working in the tech do not get the proper support all the time to do what they want to do in the career. And, so I would use this opportunity to tell to all of you that all of you should be equally supportive, irrespective of the gender, to help the other person grow in their career.
Yes. We should support each other, like not get jealous of each other's success. Like for example, if someone gets too successful, just congratulate them, support them. Don't need to get jealous of each other. So yeah. Another question is, I'm preparing for Linux Foundation 2026. What skills should be the base to contribute in CNCF?
I think his question is about the LFX mentorship program. So if he is
Yes.
planning to apply, I would say please take a look at the link, whatever I have shared already about the LFX portal. Go to the portal, go to the CNCF projects which are already listed down there. Take a look at what is there currently. Maybe it's not open for application at the moment. Please take a look at what are the kind of projects which are up for mentorship for this year. So you will get an idea of the different projects, and all the eligibility criteria will be listed down there. Go through it and figure out some of the usual ways in which the applications are being done, it will clearly list actually what are the kind of eligibility that is required. So it varies from project to project. As I told, there are more than 200 projects within the CNCF. Many are Golang based. We have C++ projects and Java based projects, and different things are there. So you can take a look at the existing applications to get an overall idea where the usual mentorship opportunities are coming in, and what are the language requirements that are being listed down there. Having said that, it's not always about development. It is not always about development with specific languages. There are opportunities even for the testing framework, even for the documentation, and several other mentorship opportunities coming up there. So I cannot clearly tell, like, okay, if you are a Go expert, you will get a mentorship opportunity. It all depends upon what the maintainers are proposing for the mentorship project. For example, if I am putting a mentorship project this year, I may put something saying I want to implement a new feature in Istio, which would require you to know Golang or Rust as language. But maybe next year I'm putting a internship proposal saying, okay, I want to improve the Istio documentation, for which you don't even need to know any of the languages. It can be just documentation skills. At different times, I have put even integration test improvements related mentorship proposals. So it's more on the test framework and CI/CD, and knowing about BRAW and other integration test frameworks. So it varies from time to time.
Also, now there's a AI adaptation available,
Yeah,
so yes, you get to learn easily. So learning has become an easy
yeah,
stuff
it's very
after
easy.
AI adaptation.
And
Yes,
maybe you have already known about this new thing called ask.cncf.io.
yes, that's a chat
Yeah.
on the Ask
Yeah,
CNC.
they can use this ask.cncf.io to ask these kinds of specific questions to get proper answers.
Let me share that on the comments of everyone. Also, there's another question by Ghulam Rahman to the Rubel. So, how much it costs to become a startup sponsor?
It varies from KubeCon to KubeCon, so the rates might be different for KubeCon India, and it will be even more for KubeCon Europe or North America. I cannot clearly remember the amounts, but if you simply search for KubeCon
Yes.
sponsorship, you will get to the brochure.
Also, there's large sponsors on the KubeCon Europe, like
Yeah, there
so
are
many
like
sponsors
different
there.
tier sponsors. It's not like always a diamond sponsor, platinum sponsor. He's specifically asking about startup sponsor, for which the rates are much lower. If you want to exactly know the amount, just Google for the KubeCon sponsorship brochure, and you'll get it. And the amounts will be clearly mentioned there.
Yes, so I hope that answers your question. And go through the ask.cncf.io shared by Faseela. Yeah, is there any other question available? If you guys have any question, also I think I can also share my experience as well, like how I became CNC pharmacist. So basically, before me there was Mitul Sharyar Bhaiya, who was just
I will
CNC
paste the
pharmacist development.
sponsorship brochure link as well in case somebody wants it. You can share that.
Yeah, sure, I will share them.
Yeah,
I
it will have
think
the
Ghulam
exact
Rahman
amounts.
Chaudhary will can have that. Yes, do check the link. And also, like, I was also organizer of KCD Chattogram, so that also helped my application, like CNC
Yeah,
administrator.
that is
So
one eligibility
yes.
criteria, right? Yeah.
Also, we have another project called Kubernetes. On Kubernetes, we have another like maintain a project called Bangladesh localization. So if you guys are beginner friendly and want to contribute there, you guys are welcome to increase your dev stats. So
So
yeah, you can
have
also
you
contribute.
worked on the localization documentation
Yes,
localization? Very oh, okay,
we
very nice. Yeah.
we localize our version on the 1.28.
Yeah, yeah. I
So
remember seeing it
yes,
being announced. Like we have now the documentation available in Bangla. Or, yeah, I remember seeing that. Yeah, great
Yes,
work.
also that project was actually maintained by one of our juniors who
Mm-hmm.
was already like HSC student, like on the class 10 student or so. So he started that like reviewing every project. So yeah, it's really inspiring. So yeah, and also like the CNCF body program, we can also talk
Yeah,
about that.
I think we should talk about
Yes,
that. Okay, so as part of the CNCF ambassadorship, Audra is like heading the community outreach in the CNCF. So she came up with, I don't know who exactly originally came up with the idea, but Audra talked to us telling, okay, new CNCF ambassadors are coming now. So please take a look at this list and see if you would like to mentor or buddy with some of these people and help them on board. So when I looked, so what the guidance given to us is like, please try to pair up with somebody who is already in the same country. So I was looking at the list. So actually now I live in Germany. So I picked one person who is from Netherlands, and then I picked Zaynul because yeah, he's from Bangladesh and I'm originally from India. So we are close to each other. So I thought maybe I will be able to help both of them. So that's how I reached Zainul. So you can see already. So we just met and we are doing
yes.
talk together, and he is always welcome to ask me
And
doubts
also,
on how to
it's
get
because of
started.
her that I was able to start this Open Source Connect. So yeah, thanks to her.
Yeah, so this is how it works. So you'll always get a buddy in the CNCF ambassadorship program, which will help you, uh, understand how all these things work. And so I've been telling him like, okay, you should apply for the scholarship, maybe come to Amsterdam next year to see how the KubeCon is and how the KubeCon audience is. So like that, time to time I'm also trying to pass the information I have and how I was received when I initially joined the CNCF community. I'm trying to be the same torch to Zainul and see if that helps him. I'm sure that when he gets that support, he will do the same thing for the next generation of ambassadors or anybody who wants to contribute to CNCF. And that's how it evolves and go as a sustainable community, right?
Yes, I also hope that many people from Bangladesh will also get this Dan Kohn Scholarship, and also I will be able to travel with them as well. So yeah, I
Yeah.
hope they can join as well.
Yeah, everything starts with contributing to the CNCF. It's not like simply you will not get a scholarship. It depends on what work you have done for the community. So I would suggest to get started somewhere and then, grow up the contribution ladder. Uh,
Okay.
that question might be for you, Zainul, because I'm
Yes.
not much familiar with the Bangladesh tech community. I have not been involved much in that space.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
just
you can
trying
also
to
share
pass
like
on my
on your
information.
experience from Kerala, like how
Okay,
was
from India,
yeah,
the tech community is very much rising. And then I worked in Bangalore for almost 9, 10 years, and I have been working together with a lot of bright tech minds. The gap when I was working in India, the one of the things which was blocking me was the difficulty to attend the meetings from a different time zone. So I had to stay up late if I had to attend some of the leadership meetings in the open source communities because most of the majority of the people were from the US. But now I'm in Europe, so it's a bit easier for me, but at the same time the community has also evolved a lot. Now they have time zone friendly meetings which are like um, sometimes in the Asia time zone as well as in the US time zone. So things are changing everywhere. We have localization support. So whatever meetings we are doing now, even for the TOC, we always have subtitles in English so that people from China and other places can easily follow the meeting content and it makes it easier for them. So such things are happening now. So That's how it is. And maybe from the Bangladesh tech community, I don't know how much women are involved. So if you think that is like something lacking there, I would like to tell that, okay, there should be more focus on the diversity part. I have not seen that much when I was working in Bangalore, because my office was full of a lot of women, and it was like a very diverse and vibrant community. Yes, so that's how it is.
In Bangladesh, actually, there's lacks of women, like girls who are into tech. Like we don't get this much girl on our tech leadership, so that's the thing we lack currently.
Oh, okay, so the diversity is always good to have multiple perspectives, and maybe it's slowly changing. Maybe it's the same case in India as well, a few or several years back, but it has changed drastically, and we have a lot of girls now coming to the forefront, and it's constantly improving. So maybe you guys start the discussion and start the spark there, and people get motivated to come forward. And that was
Yes,
exactly my intention as well when I was joining this meetup, so that people see me, and then they understand, okay, everybody is capable of doing this, and they get motivated. At least if one person gets motivated, it's still useful, and I'll be happy.
yes, it's a cycle. Like one person to another person, then it becomes a whole leadership cycle. So yeah, I hope
Yeah, of course.
many
Whenever I'm
people get
going on the
involved.
KubeCon keynote stage, I
Mm.
make sure I sometimes dress in the traditional Indian wear, so that at least people can relate. Okay, this person is coming from a similar background like me, but she has reached this far. She's on the KubeCon keynote stage, so probably we can also do the same thing. And I have had several women coming to me from India and other places at the hallways telling, we feel so empowered seeing you on stage. So maybe somebody somewhere will get motivated seeing this.
Yes, I hope they can also, if you guys want to check out like Faseela's keynote takeaway from the Cloud Native for Good, you can also check that out. I have also shared the video on the YouTube, Facebook as well, so you can check the link out. So you can see the how she's speaking in front of a whole public. So yeah, it will also inspire you guys. And do we have any other question? You can also write on the chat. Otherwise, we might end the session right now. Also, we are arranging meetups every month. Like we try to arrange meetups, so we would be delighted to have sponsors from every community to help us arrange some meetups in the Bangladesh. So yeah, we welcome everyone for that. Open source participation is still relatively low in Bangladesh. What approaches can we take to inspire more people to get involved?
I think all these things are those small steps, and raising awareness is the first step, and that's what Zainul is trying to do. I think he has given you awareness about the Cloud Native Computing Foundation, the Linux Foundation, and the opportunities to contribute. I would say one or two of you, at least, if you get got an idea from what it is, try to start contributing, and then you try to come to the subsequent meetups, whatever Sanol is talking about, and then
Yes,
share
we
your
also meet
knowledge.
arrange meetups. Yes.
Yeah, and then share
Also,
your
Kubernetes
knowledge.
monthly meetup.
If you
Yes.
have the projects what you're working on, give tutorials or workshops to other people on what you have learned, and motivate them also to contribute. And yes, that's how the community slowly starts growing. We also have a small cloud native community group here in Aachen, where I live in Germany. So it started as a very small group, but now we have almost 60 people who come for the events every 3 months. And then there are very good talks. Previously, we used to find it difficult to find people who are giving talks, but now we have more talks in our queue, and there are people in the list. So that's how we slowly grow. So I think Zainul is and Shahriar, right? The two of you are doing
Yes.
great job conducting this, and slowly start bringing in more people and do workshops or talks, and try to reach more people, and that's how it grows. And you're all university students. You have the opportunity to reach to more students in your colleges and then get more people.
Yes, I hope many students also take part on the CFP. Like many people are like afraid to talk in front of public, like share
Yeah.
technical knowledge. Say they think that it's required to be an expert to share knowledge in front of public. So
Okay,
that's
that
the
should
thing we need.
change. Yeah, we do have that
Yes,
public speaking problem for many of us, including me. I was so scared to be on stage, even after starting my career. It's very recently I have started to be at least okay to go on stage and talk. So it's the same thing for all many of us who are like coming from not so privileged backgrounds, and but it will change as you practice and as you have the confidence to go on. Don't wait for everything to be perfect to start. Give it a try.
yeah. No, lots of people are afraid to talk, but with time you get like adapted to
Yeah.
the this situation. So yeah,
Of course, we are
like
not
first start with
native English speakers, so definitely there will be worry about that as well. And then,
yes.
of course, the technology part as well. But yeah, those things are not so important. You will be able to, overcome those challenges over time. It's more about the hard work.
Yes, learn consistently. Like try to learn as much as you can. Then if you become an expert, no one will like judge you. Like if your English is poor or anything, everyone will see that you are an expert. You can also like they will be motivated by you. So yeah, you can also try to be consistent and be try to be learn consistent. So yeah,
I
with
used to feel
time
the
you will
same
get
about English once upon a time. So when I moved to Germany, now I realized that here it's not English, it's Deutsch or German, which is the main language, and so English is just another language. So the perspective changes when you move to different places and travel and see how people are talking. It's all different, so you don't have to learn the perfect English. At least if you're able to communicate and convey what's there in your mind, it's still good. Give it a try. I would say.
also I think in German they need require also German language. Like they
Oh,
don't speak with
it's
German. Yes.
yeah, it is difficult, but yeah, once you move out of your boundaries, right, you will understand that everyone has a language, and then it's not people have different way of speaking it. It's not a big deal. It's so as
Yes.
long as you're
So
able to
I
communicate, people
yes.
will be supportive.
Yeah, I hope everyone is supportive here in Bangladesh as well. So thank you all for joining this session. We have already approached the end of this session time. So thank you so much for asking so many questions. Everyone who has been involved in this session, thank you for being part of this session, and also Faseela for accepting our invitation for this Open Source Connect Bangladesh. We will be trying to host session every week if possible. So yeah, we encourage everyone to take part on this initiative and connect with the local community to the global community. So thank you all for being part of the session. So goodbye everyone.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Lovely. Have a lovely evening everyone. So bye bye. Let me just end the stream.